someone has hijacked the law and used it to create fraudulent claims.
These people need to be stopped.
So some powerful words there about serious allegations in the headline that apartment rental prices could be going up due to fraud. Have your attention? How can they go up any more? Well, we're going to dig into it because it's a really complex issue.
Yeah.
And it's something that's costing a lot of people a lot of money.
How this becomes our expense is complicated, but bear with us because we're going to talk about
we want to talk about this scam that is happening and is becoming more and more prevalent. Recently, investigative reporter Kristen Thorne digging into it for us, and she's joining us at the table. We have so many questions.
And so much to get through here, but I'm going to break it down and make this very simple. This is costing everybody in terms of their maintenance costs for your apartment, your condo, co-op. What's happening is these falls are there some real falls? Absolutely. We're talking about fake falls here, where it seems that people are taking advantage of this labor law. So they're submitting these claims. The insurance companies have gotten completely spooked. The premiums have gone up exponentially. The contractors, someone has to cover that cost. The contractors charge more for their jobs, and who has to pay for that? Everybody does. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at two videos that we obtained, okay? And you can judge for yourself. This is the first video. This is September 12th, East New York. See that see on the scaffolding kind of work there that's being done? Okay, this is Mr. William Ross's house here in East New York. You're going to see these two construction workers. Eventually they're going, now they're not even associated with this project. This is just a project that is being done there. I don't see them walking up, but eventually they will. And that's the other thing. There's some fear here that people are spotting construction sites and just pretending to fall there because they see that some work is being done.
Like a scaffolding setup.
Exactly. So not that gentleman there. Eventually we're going to see two men in orange jumpsuits come down, and you can see them sort of like spot out this area. But this is one of the concerns. Let's try to go to the second video. This one seems to be stuck. All right, second video. This is from September 20th in Fort George. See this guy coming down here? Now, he wasn't even supposed to be on this job site.
In the green?
In the green.
Yeah.
See how he come down and he just sat down? Okay, he just sat down.
Yep.
Did you see any trip or fall there?
No.
Okay. Now, nothing that we can see. This next worker comes down. The construction company who led me to this, they don't even really know who that guy is, the second guy coming down. They've never been able to identify him. Right. So they're going to chat a little bit, and eventually this worker, who again was not supposed to be at this job site, he was let go a month prior, okay? So now they're going to limp away. Now, you follow that up with the workers' comp claim that I have here. This is his workers' comp claim. It says that that man in the yellow hoodie there, tripped and fell while performing work duties, that he hurt his neck, back, both knees, and both shoulders, and that he went to St. Barnabas Hospital to the emergency room, that he has stopped working because of this injury, and that he's still being treated for this injury.
So you have the official document here. My question is, once they get to the hospital and the doctors look at him and they say, there's nothing here. I mean, what happens then?
So I'm going to be looking into that. That's the next part of this investigation. But I'll tell you, for example, one of the restoration companies I spoke with, they had a worker a few years ago, came on the job, said he tripped and fell. He went to the emergency room. The emergency room, oh, here we go. Let's go back to this video. Okay, so you see these two guys, right?
This is East New York.
This is East New York. They're kind of walking around the scaffolding, right?
Yes.
They sit down, watch, and then one gets up and decides that he wants a different spot. Okay, so he goes and picks a different spot to sit down. A few minutes later, we're going to show you someone in the neighborhood captured EMS responding to this. Now, does that look like, see how they are there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does that look like what we saw just happen? Those injuries appear to be very severe. They took out a neck brace, the EMS, as well as a stretcher. And Mr. Ross there in East New York tells me he has not yet received a claim, but he's worried that it's coming. For what other reason, right? Sometimes these things take a while to kick into gear. It takes a while for all the paperwork to be filed.
So my question is, this is all under the scaffold law, right? This is like 1885, 138 years later. We're seeing all of a sudden this uptick. Why now, if this law has been around for so long?
That's really one of the curious things. I think what happened is people got a hold of this. Certain groups of people got a hold of this law, are seeing that there's money to be made, which I'm going to be digging into. How are people making money off of this? Because clearly that's what's happening, right? Money drives everything. But you even look at the dates of these two incidents, September 12th and September 20th. That's only 8 days apart. But that shows you how frequently these things are happening.
What we saw on the story that we ran on Eyewitness News this morning, there was a property owner who said that he used to have personal liability insurance that was, what, $300,000?
$300,000.
Now it's $2 million?
$2 million, and that's forcing out small construction companies.
Now you've got me.
This.
So I look at all the video and I look at all the conversations, and I'm just kind of saying to myself, I'm not building a building. This isn't my world. It's not my problem. But now you're beginning to get into my pocket when you're telling me that these fees are going to be escalating, that the insurance that my building has to have is going to cost more money. So now my monthly expense to my building is going to go up. When I do need insurance and I'm going to an insurance company, they're going to look at my neighborhood and they're going to say, well, this is a risky neighborhood because we've had a lot of falls in this neighborhood. We've had a lot of reports in this neighborhood.
That's what insurance companies
and now my insurance claims will go up. So you're getting me. Now you're getting me. So I got to say, I was watching this and I'm like, well, how does this really impact me? Because I'm not building a building. But I am living in these neighborhoods, and it's eventually going to trickle down into my pocket.
Absolutely. And insurance companies are leaving New York because of it, which is driving up the premiums for everybody else because now they can charge more. So it's a real issue. And I had one expert tell me it's like a silent tax. It's a silent tax that everybody is paying. But to be fair, the New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health believes that construction company owners and insurers are going after this law. The law allows contractors, you have full liability if a worker falls from your construction site. The worker bears no negligence at all under this law. New York is the only state in the country with this law. There have been reforms. People have tried in the past to get around this law. But either way, Charlene Obernour believes that, these are construction site companies trying to say that we shouldn't have to pay for these falls, that these falls are serious, which they are.
Here's a great conversation, too, because we want workers to be protected. And so what happens with insurance, and it's one of those things that it really does get to all of us, we want real claims for real people with real money to get paid.
And so do the construction company owners.
Right. Yeah.
They will say that. They have put safety measures in place. They have tried.
Hence why this law needs to be reformed.
And why you're still looking into it.
Kristen? We're digging into all of it.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me the time.
No, we appreciate you joining us at the table here. So much conversation to continue. Do you make your bed in the morning, by the way?
No.
Well, you could make $1,000. You could make $1,000.
The face.